This is the question from the ACT percent benchmark that is talking about the senior class. So before we start, go ahead and check off this one right here on your paper, if 18% of the senior class. So let's go ahead and read it. If 18% of the senior class of 200 students were absent from school, how many students were present? Let's visualize this first. We always want to kind of think and imagine what we're talking about before we do math on it so we can check if our answer makes sense. So let's draw a figure that represents our senior class. Let's say that's the entire senior class, all the students in the senior class. And we have 18% of them are absent from school. So we know that 50% would be about half. So 18%, well, let's draw this again. That's 50%. 25% would be half of that. And 18% is pretty close to 25%. So I would say it's going to be somewhere around there. Is going to be our absent students. I'm going to erase this because that would be the 50%. We don't need that. And same with down here. We don't need the 18 or the 25%. So this represents our 18% that are absent, which means that this entire area, if these ones are absent down here, these would be our students that are present at school. So if we solve this with math, and this is 200 total. If we solve this with math, we're going to find 18% of 200. So we'll say 200 times 18% as a decimal, which will be 0.18. And 18% of 200, according to my calculator, is 200 times 0.18. I get 36. So 18%, that was this for down here. So 36 students are absent. The question is asking how many students were present. So if I know that 36 students were absent, so this number down here is now 36, I need to figure out what is this number. So 36 plus something should equal our 200. I can find that number by subtracting 200 minus 36. And 200 minus 36, we'll borrow here. It becomes 10, 9. 10 minus 6 would be 4. 9 minus 3 would be 6. And 1 minus nothing would be 1. So 164 students were present. 36 students were absent. So if it's asking for the present students, our answer would be J. When you do this practice problem right here, you want to think about which part of the percent you're getting. So over here we had to think about absent students and present students. In our example question, you've got to think about how many earned honor roll and how many did not earn honor roll. So make sure you're keeping track of what percent you're calculating, and then if you need to subtract, subtract. If you don't need to subtract, then don't subtract. Go ahead and pause the video, and then when you are finished with your work, come back and I will give you the correct answer. The correct answer for this question is D. So if you got anything else, particularly if you accidentally got B, I want you to try to figure out why did you get B? What did you do wrong? And how are you going to make sure you don't make that mistake again?